What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Second City Sports Talk. I'm Keaton here with Papa Bear. Woo. Oh boy, did Ryan Pace bring early Christmas to Bears fans.
Oh man. Oh.
I'm kind of at a loss of words right now.
Yeah, it's too bad we didn't do this right after we were jumping around last night after that pick, and it was so much. It was suspenseful. I don't know if everyone else felt that way. I was just so
Justin Fields, man.
Oh
I mean, I'm just surprised. I think yesterday, Wednesday,
couple days ago,
whenever we made that video, I said that, the Bears probably just stay put because I honestly just had super low expectations because of how, bad the Bears usually are at drafting. I honestly was just like, just stay at 20. Don't screw around. Don't mess anything up.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ryan Pace, he did exactly what everyone
It's like
wanted.
all the cards fell the right way. We saw a couple of early trades, the Broncos, but all those picks, and then the Giants come up. And, we're just like, I'm not sure what's going to do. And all of a sudden, I just remember that moment. It was just like the Giants are picking, all of a sudden the Bears slide in there and you're like, oh my gosh. And you're like, it's happening. And just the reactions all over the place.
Yeah.
They were so excited because we're like, it's either going to be, it's either going to be Fields or it's going to be Jones. There wasn't really another option. If it was something else, we all would have burned the house down, I'm sure, at that point.
Oh yeah.
Not this house, the Bears house.
If somehow Ryan Pace had gone wide receiver or offensive lineman there, I mean,
you don't draft up to 11.
Fired. He should have been fired on the spot. But thank God he didn't. And I watched the Ryan Pace press conference.
Oh, me too.
I mean, he looked like someone who was overjoyed.
He's proud of himself for making such a good choice too.
He just probably saved his job.
Probably.
There's a lot of questions still to be
let
had.
me just say, I think that was a steal at 11. You got to agree that was a steal. I mean, at 11. He should have gone sooner.
Justin Fields was the second best QB in his draft class out since high school.
Yeah.
I mean, basically it was ever since he graduated high school, it was Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, and that was pretty much set in stone until the last few months where Justin Fields somehow dropped to being the fourth or fifth best QB in the draft, which is nuts. Because I mean, if you look at this guy, he's in all of the big moments. I mean, he went to the national championship last year. He beat Trevor Lawrence in that
game. He got smashed and came back from that rib injury. I mean, that was crazy. I remember watching that and just thinking, man, get that guy out of there. He's going to get killed. But no, he came back and won that game. That was amazing.
He has over 4,000 passing yards in his college career, which is like
for two seasons too. Yeah, just 2 seasons.
More than like any Bears QB.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's hard not to get excited.
It's not. I remember the Mitch Trubisky trade. We were all like, okay, I don't know what they're doing. This makes no sense. This trade, it was a much better trade in the first place, but trade up to 11, and we're all super hyped. I mean, that is the cool part about this one.
Fields, he's a playmaker. I mean, he's gonna get the job done. Hopefully, I mean, you never know how the transition goes. It's probably a little bit too early to jump on the Fields train, oh my God, the Bears going to win the Super Bowl.
Sure.
I think it's way too early for that. Yeah. And there's still a lot of questions, Is he going to start the year? Is Andy Dalton? Yeah. I don't know. I think you have to start Dalton. And based on that
let him learn.
Pace press conference I watched, it seems like they have a really good plan. I think they're going to learn from their mistakes with Trubisky and actually develop Justin Fields, because they put no development, zero whatsoever into Trubisky.
The one thing I read, he's a playmaker. He in the big time spots. He even said that in a post press conference call that he's there because he can make plays in the big spots when you need to make them. I think that's really important for him. He's a good scrambler, got great accuracy, great yards. In the air kind of stats. But, they do need to bring him along a little bit. He doesn't read coverages great. He's a little, I've read a little bit of it, but that was sort of a knock on him. He's not a great coverage reader, especially when they change coverages against Northwestern in that Big Ten championship game. They changed coverage on him and it kind of threw him off, and he didn't do great in that game, right? So he has some of that to learn. I think he can do it. Seems like a smart kid.
I think this feels like our best chance to lift the QB curse that we've had
It's like
since
the Cubs goat curse. Yeah.
McMahon.
McMahon wasn't even that great of a key. But you're right. We need this. This could be, if it doesn't bust, if something doesn't happen, this could be
I'm just shocked. The Bears are like the last team. Like, you never see the Bears do something like that.
Finally.
The Bears seem to always be content in having terrible QBs. And they actually did something. And maybe it's because, maybe if Nagy and Pace's jobs weren't on the line, they wouldn't have done this. They wouldn't have gone super, aggressive.
But on this. I really think that they had many options and they saw this opening and they're like, trade up. I don't think the Giants were going to take Fields anyway, but trade up, get in that spot. And, I think Pace said he has a pretty good relationship with the GM from the Giants. And they talked earlier in the day that this might happen. And bam, it happened. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I know in the video earlier, I'm like, there's no way this is happening, but it did, so.
I think at least for the next week, we need to all forgive Pace for his mistakes because, man, he has given the Bears rejuvenation. Yes. I mean, this is like...
I think it hypes everybody.
It feels amazing.
Yeah, and we only had to give up... we had to switch our spots in the first round. We gave up a 5th round pick, and the next year we give a 1st round and a 4th round, I think.
And honestly, it's not that bad. It's totally worth it. The main thing I'm really worried about is that, the pressure from... the media and the fans is going to force, Pace and Nagy to start him before he's ready. Cause that's a mistake I see a lot of teams doing these days. But from what I heard from, Pace, he said that Matt Nagy, he was the one who was in Kansas City when Patrick Mahomes was learning under Alex Smith. And, they have a very similar plan for Fields, which they never, did for Trubisky at all. They never had anyone that he learned under.
Yeah. It was. I think we had to wait and see, but it really does seem like a positive thing. Obviously, it seems like a positive thing for us for the year. Real hype, and we'll be talking about it a lot more and in more videos to come. So, all right, that's our quick reaction video.
I mean, man,
thanks for joining. Keaton can't even get the words out, but hey, we want to keep coming with you some more videos coming on. We wanted to get our quick reaction out to you. Thanks for subscribing and commenting below. Make sure you tell all your friends to subscribe as well so we can get some more viewers on the channel. And thanks for coming along.
All right, that's it for this one, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care.